Hey, welcome to the show. You know what the show is Chicago Talks. This is the Woman's Wealth Wellness Workshop. And on the show, we learn about all types of things. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about some wellness today, about some health issues. We're going to talk about the COVID, how it's affecting different parts of the country and around the world. But it all is dealing with women and all that on the show when we come back. Hey, it's your buddy AJ Williams, the media guy. It's that time for your wellness and your wealth to reach new highs, to expand the universe. So give us a call, 312-686-4097, or email us at shecago100@gmail.com. That's right, SHEcago100@gmail.com. And join the conversation on SHEcago Talks Live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. and watch your wellness and your wealth rocketed out of this world. That's right. Come get the 911 on the 411. For women, from women. Hurry. Remember, it's a Her World Media production. All women, all the time. Hashtag Shift the Spotlight. Well, hey, today's show is going to be a quick update. We're going to talk about some COVID issues and involving women, how women affected it, how women contributed it, and what some of their aspects and what some of their retrospects and what do they see what's going on and how it's affecting the world, getting it all from the women. And we're going to look at a quick clip here. This is back here in the nation, but other parts of the nation other than just in Chicago. I know it's called SHEcago Talks, but hey, there's women all around the world and different parts of the United States. So we're going to look at a clip right here, how some of the what's going on. Well, hey, that was a quick clip showing some things about women leaders taking the handle, taking the helm, and dealing with everything. So this is what they do. As part of the UN made that clip. Well, we're gonna probably shortly get to another clip from the UN, if that's possible today. But hey, how's the COVID affecting you out there? Why don't you give us a call and talk to us and let us know? And you could be a woman, the family, because usually you guys are in the leadership position, the women. So why don't you call us 312-686-4097, and I can bring you into the link so we can have a conversation. Like today, like I said again, today is going to be short, just update, talk about some of the COVID things, how it's affecting you, what's going on. I'd like to hear from you. Give us a call, chat in, chime in, whatever you want to do. It's an open market virtual place right here. That's right, SHEcago Talks, and that's what we do. So how is it affecting you? How is it affecting Chicago? How is it affecting the world? How has it been? Well, I just don't want to talk because it's not about me. The show is not about me. The show is about you women. But I can tell what I've seen. It put some stresses on some families, uh, in many a ways that we probably don't even understand. But we still can get it done. We still got to live life and still make life go on. But that's neither here or there. We'll just keep on going. Uh, yeah, that's what we need to do. We want to hear from you what's going on with your life and COVID-19. Let me hear from you. What's going on? Let me hear from you. Let's
women and girls.
Some UN.
Work on the global action.
The UN Women Acting Executive Directors.
During the COVID-19 pandemic is to correct and stop the derailing of hard-won gains in gender equality. The Global Action Plan serves as a platform for collective, transformative action to make a lasting change in the lives of girls, adolescents, and women, and ending gender inequalities. New vaccines that are being rolled out provide hope for us to stop the terrible death toll and curb the pandemic's broader impact. We need to consider gender-related barriers at all stages of the deployment of vaccines, from regulatory preparedness processes to monitoring and evaluation systems. To spotlight this need and to support countries in their efforts towards equitable vaccine uptake, UN Women, as the chair of the Gender Working Group of the GAP.
Well, that was from our women. That was from the women we were hearing from. Yeah, so that was from the UN. What do you guys think about that? This pandemic is everywhere. The pandemic is everywhere. Well, we're going to look at another clip about women's agenda and priority.
Even though women are half of humanity, women are suffering from exclusion, from discrimination, and from violence. And that's why UN Women was developed to trigger progress on gender equality, women's empowerment, and women's rights. It is one of our priorities to ensure an environment that will permit women to live free of violence. Haiti is not different than many other parts of the world in terms that women are disproportionately affected by a political conflict and, of course, a natural disaster like an earthquake.
Parce que son côté, nous vivons avec petite main, petite main, et qu'elle va nous qui a peu de.
Je considère ces filles seules-là comme des vulnérables. Il y a des gens mal intentionnés, donc on ne sait pas qui peut faire quoi, et on essaie de prévenir.
On the gains made in gender equality since the adoption of the Beijing Plan. COVID-19 has exacerbated existing inequalities across all aspects of life for women and girls. Our work on the Global Action Plan,
Fortunately,
before and now, during the COVID-19 pandemic, is to correct and stop.
Well, you've seen that women having problems all around the world. Well, maybe we can be some help. Maybe we can do that. We can do it. We can come together. You women are powerful. Women run the world. So, hey, let's come together and let's do it. In COVID and AIDS and all of it, you guys can come and help the world be a better place, because the world needs to be a better place. Because right now, I want to hear it sound like I'm the down guy, but hey, it's a crappy world. And I can't say it being doing a great job. So, hey, why not let the women run the world, do what they need to do, run these corporations, probably can make better products, safer products, products that really last, products that are very meaningful, medicine that really heals, all of that, but because this world is too greedy. We all worrying about the bottom dollar. Zeros, 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 and zeros. You can't keep doing that. We need to do something else now. We need to get back to the world, heal the world, and make the world a better place. Well, hey, this was just an update. COVID and some things going around the world with women. And like usual, we'll be back at 6 o'clock on Wednesdays. And I want to thank you guys for coming in and being here and taking the time out. But before we go that, let's look at another spot. Hey, it's your buddy AJ Williams, the media guy. It's that time for your wellness and your wealth to reach new highs, to expand the universe. So give us a call, 312-686-4097, or email us at shecago100@gmail.com. That's right, shecago100@gmail.com. And join the conversation on SHEcago Talks. Maybeth, how are you?
A little frazzled.
Frazzled. Oh, that sounds like something that you could put in a drink.
Oh, that would be
lattes.
That would be a good drink, but this drink would be with crushed ice.
Ooh, crushed ice, not a hot one. Be a cool, cold, frozen frappe.
Yeah, a lot of crazy people on the road tonight.
Oh, so it made it frazzle, as you said. Frazzle sounds like it's sizzling and it's freezing.
No, frazzled to me, you're a bit kind of.
Oh man, I'm just a media guy. I don't know those big words. I didn't go to school. I'm not a teacher. I'm just saying. So how you doing, Maybeth?
I'm okay. I'm happy this way. Yeah. Who are our guests this evening?
Well, we have a whole lot of nobody here today. It's just it's an open market. So I'm going. I show up. They tell me I show up, somebody get on the boat.
Of course, you sent the link. That's the last one I sent you, right? Okay. All right.
I'm always, but that's all right. The cheddar gets better. Cheddar gets better later, as they say. So what's the update with you? What's going on with you? What big worldly things have you been doing, Miss Maybeth?
Not much.
You always say much, but I know it's phenomenal. It's you use words like frazzled and all that. You have to be doing something that's quite compelling.
But something I'm not at liberty to talk about right now. But something has come up in the news that I thought was very interesting. I'm an agent for FOLA treatment agency at 8014 18 South Ashland, where people can get subsidized and in some instances free outpatient treatment. But there was something I read about that a person who is habitually addicted to opiates could have a brain surgery, which would stifle the craving for a drug. Oh. I thought that was just very, very interesting because, as you know, drugs and crime and poverty in some instances go hand in hand.
So you're trying to
That might be a solution.
A psychological neuter me? Is that what
No. This is an electrode inserted into the brain has been mapped. I mean, the ancient comedians, the Egyptian, the black people that no one wants to talk about, built the pyramids, did brain surgery. And now current day medical science is exploring those avenues in the brain, which correlate to the centers of the brain, which give you pleasure and emanate cravings. So I don't know if this means that in the future, habitually, people who have not been successful with substance abuse treatment through medications may have this brain surgery. It's supposed to be very simple. The patient is awake when the procedure happens. So that might be something in the future to look forward to, because for people of color, it's sometimes difficult to get clear, because certain drugs are absorbed into the melanin in our skin. And how are you going to get the melanin out of your skin? That's something that's never discussed in terms of drug abuse and the ability to get clean. So, yes.
So it sounds like, yeah, you're going to have to go in and like for it was impulsive, aggressive behaviors, that syndrome
might be an extension of this particular procedure. But the thing about it is that for people of color, we absorb opiates different than people who are non-melanated, and melanin is this wonderful brown skin that we're in, and it affects our ability to be clean. And addictions is a marvelous. Is that you? Okay.
Yeah, that's me. I guess people chiming in and saying, "Hey." So now you talk about the melanin. That's
our skin.
Our skin. So, but if you take the drugs in your body, how does that?
It's absorbed into our drugs. Any kind of substance you take, even sugar, is absorbed into your body. It just so happens that certain opiates are absorbed into a certain percent of the drugs is absorbed into our cells, and into these wonderful bodies that we have. And as a result, it's difficult for some folks of color to maintain their sobriety. And it's not something that they, it's not, you got to be strong or the whole thing. How can you be drug free if your whole system is supporting you not being able to do that, because the substance is absorbed into your entire being? I'm not an expert on this. It's just that something that was in the news.
You was giving.
But I know that it is difficult for people of color to get the opiates out of their systems. It's a fascinating subject. It's a fascinating subject.
If I had time, I'll probably go back to school. So I'm just trying to wrap around. I'm just, old cop soldier type guy. I don't. So
all junkies aren't junkies. Some junkies, the thing about it is that people continually relapse on these substances, and without understanding it,
cigarettes, food.
The sugar thing. Like I used to drink, and I shouldn't confess. I drink a pop almost every day. It's the sugar.
I'm sure you do.
It's the sugar.
It's the sugar. I know.
It's the sugar.
I'm not the food pastor. You don't have to tell me.
That's okay. Sugar's in everything. They even process canned nuts with sugar.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, sugar's on everything. It's an addiction. Period.
Yes, it is. It is, and that's people hear me for the last few years. I always joke around and say, "Man, there go that crack."
It's exactly right. It's a craving.
It's a craving. Yeah.
It's a craving. I have a big bag of Hershey's Kisses here. Okay. And I try to limit myself to how many I have a day.
Okay. The dark crack, huh? That's like heroin. That's that old boy used to sing about. Boy, I know, man. This dark skin of us really traps us down, don't it? We got a lot going on with us.
No, it doesn't. These are artificials which have been imposed on us. We are a people who are under siege, and whether we know it or not, a war in various forms is being waged against us.
So they went through the candy, the cocaine, the cognac.
Start first with
let's go to slavery.
The enslavement of our people.
But
you know what? You don't want me to start jumping up and down.
Well, we got a couple of minutes. You can go to 6:30. You can jump up and down, beat them drums. I know, because the revolution will not be televised.
Oh, this gonna be televised.
Televised? Oh, you want
to be televised? No, I don't want it. But Gil Scott-Heron, 40 years ago, it might be 50 years ago, said the revolution won't be televised. It's gonna be live. But I'm not able to foresee into the future.
Yes.
But I think the revolution has got to happen in each home and each individual.
I think you know more than what you're letting on, but I won't say anything.
No.
I don't want those men in black be out in front of your door.
Oh, they don't have to. They're listening to this program now and to all of our electronic devices. You think this is it's just an accident that everybody got a cell phone? I mean, think about it. You go to a place and you come home and I get a thing that says, how was your visit to XYZ? What?
Yeah, how do they know that?
How do they know that? Because we're all being tracked.
Oh, man. Ain't that
something? Folks are saying that this vaccine is a way of putting whatever into your system. The chip in your system.
Taking the mark of the beast.
Hey, we all got credit cards. I'm wearing glasses. That could be one.
Dang.
Who knows?
Wow.
But it seems to me that all this effort to contain people means at the heart of it, something's wrong. Am I not correct?
Well, they merchandise us, so they need us to be here to merchandise us.
Exactly. I believe you're correct in that.
If you take all the pieces off the Monopoly game, you just got to.
I believe that. Not only our energy and our money, because we support all these inane and these wars of aggression. We support that with our tax dollars, whether we are asked about it or not. Think about $300 million a day went into Afghanistan. How's about putting that money into the communities in this country and eliminate poverty? Not only poverty, but I have to make a point. Yes. I believe $208 million is in the upcoming city budget for police.
Yeah.
Only $2 million to address homelessness.
That ain't much.
Really wrong on that.
That's not really much.
Really wrong on that. Yeah.
Well, the world is telling you, hey, if you don't take care of yourself and your family don't take care of you, sorry, in so many words, you're effed. Hey, we can't take care of you. Get up.
Well, we've lost the village concept that was wiped out when we were enslaved, because we don't understand, sitting here in front of this technology, how profound the taking away of our culture, our history, our family ties, our spirits, believing in a divinity and a creator that made all of this and allows this. We don't understand how profound these effects have been, except that we see it in acting out in violence of our young people and the neglect of families and home. So I won't get on my.
Yeah, you won't get on.
I won't get on that, since we are at 6:31.
You won't get on, but I could talk to you forever. And so I started late anyway. So, but you know what? It's funny about that. You talk about that money being spent. I was watching a thing on Netflix, and they would, I guess, a series called The Turning Point. Now they telling about all the money they spent. People was giving money to go squash all this in Afghanistan, $300 billion, do it any way necessary, get it done, but it was all. But
they couldn't get it done. If you read George Orwell's 1984, they talk. He wrote that wars don't end. These wars are meant to be continuous. Someone's making money off of these military actions. You have to go to Congress to have an act of war. No act of war was made for Vietnam or for this as Afghanistan stuff.
But they spend money.
They spent money and left equipment purposefully because there's going to be a war.
Oh man, well, it's written. It's in the
there's going to be a world war. Because it's a focus of people got money. People were made millionaires through this equipment purchases for Afghanistan and people paying. But we didn't get any. But our young men and young women consistently are siphoned off because that affects the development of families. Men and women can't come together because there are no men. Like I've gone out to restaurants and I see in the restaurants groups of Black women sitting together, and I see other races of people where there's a man and a woman. I'm like, oh, this is telling. What happened here? Well, in the Vietnam War, our men were siphoned. The steps were taken to eliminate our men. Then you have men who are homosexual, who are in jail, who married outside the race. So we've got a lot of things we're managed in this country.
Wow, that's a lot of management we got to do.
Oh yeah, look around. Look at our communities. It's no accident why our communities are the way they are. No businesses, no restaurants. I live in South Shore. There aren't any places where I can eat. Only 1 or 2 places where I can buy clothes. Everything is what? High cholesterol, high fat, bad for you. Okay, processed.
Tastes good till the day you die, huh?
Well, you're going to die soon because if the food is pre-processed, that means that your gut does not work the way it should in an elimination. So you develop a lot of diseases, of illnesses, high blood pressure, diabetes. I go by centers, it says kidney and whatever center, liver center. Why is that? Because we're eating what? High processed, high fat, high sugar. Sugar is not natural for the body. But anyway.
It tastes so good.
Yeah, because it appeals to the perverted taste of your taste glands. It's a perversion.
It is.
It's a perversion.
The world.
So I got my 2 pieces of chocolate I'm gonna eat when I hang up.
I know. There's nothing wrong with a little perversion. The good book says in moderation.
No, the Buddha says all things in moderation. The Buddha said that. Yes.
I said the good book says it. Oh.
Maybe that book said it also, but also the Buddha said all things. What?
But you know, the Buddha was a Black man.
Of course he was.
They made him fat and look like a Chinese.
No,
we can talk about that.
But you forget in that time.
What?
If you were corpulent, if you were fat in that time, that meant that you were rich because your family had enough money to buy excess food for you. In some cultures up to the 21st century, the girls who were going to be married would go and be put in something called a bride hut. And there she would be given a lot of food to eat. So she would become round. And that roundness was considered attractive. So at another time, if you were corpulent, if you were fat, you were considered rich because your family had money to buy.
They brought that all the way over to slavery down. My daddy and them down south talking about it's great and people dying. But my studies show that the great Buddha was a Black man that came from somewhere.
So was Krishna. Of course.
And he traveled there. He was
people,
skinny as ever. And next thing you know, through the ages, they made him this fat tight eye with a little ponytail hanging out.
There are different, like Christianity has different kinds of groups, like Lutherans, Baptists, whatever. The Buddhists also had different groups. Okay. Yeah.
When the Vietnam soldiers got there, came back in like 61, your great actor portrayed that colonel that went over there to try to dig him out of those tunnels. He had the tunnel dwellers with him. That was came in there to help the French.
When they went into Cambodia to get the rebels. But here's a point I need to make.
They all said the Buddha was back because they saw the Black soldiers.
Oh,
okay. That's the point I'm making.
Okay.
And the Buddha was a skinny looking guy, not a pudgy wudgy.
Okay. But different, they show the Buddha with the the ringlets, and those are, Zulu knots. I mean, the whole world was populated with people of color. Yeah. And we all come from one tree, but we went to different neighborhoods and developed, and there are differences because of this development. But everything in the world has color. I used to tell my students in school, 10 fingers, hold them up, you got 10. Well, 9 of the 10 fingers represent people of color. 1 finger, or 1/10, represents people who are non-melanated. And need I say more?
Sounds like you on that horse.
I can whoop it, but
and you know what Uncle Ruckus say. He loved that white Jesus.
Yeah, but the origins of Jesus are incredible. Oh. It goes back to something that was developed by the Romans and trying to get together something that looked like the Romans and was embodied and brought into Africa.
Well, they said the painter used his nephew. That was his nephew.
Hey, look up Serapis in your Google, and you can find out more about it. Serapis in Google. Wow. And I think it's really interesting. And this is a point I really need to make. The fact that before Christianity and before Jesus, whatever color it was, you had the pyramids. You had society that was responsible for civilization on this planet. And now under Christianity and under Jesus, what do we have? We've got poverty, we've got violence, we've got miscegenation. We have no progress as a group of people. So on that note, Mr. Williams.
Yeah. Can I have that number to FOLA again?
The FOLA number I don't have on my hand right. Yes, I do. Hold on for a sec.
My engineer is not here today. You can tell. I'm in front of the background.
Hold on. I will give it to you now. The number is 773 487 4310.
4310.
773 487 4310.
Mm-hmm.
And they're located 8014 to 18 South Ashland. They open 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm. That's the great FOLA, huh?
FOLA, FOLA. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So what else? That was nothing else new about that?
What else could be new about what's going on? We'll see what happens here. But on another, I was going to say something about the Bears, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wish you good evening. I've got something I need to finish tonight.
Okay.
So
yeah. Good. Yeah. Well, good evening. I'm going to say a couple of more words, and you can. Yeah, I just wanted to put out that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And this is a minority-owned group. I hate to use that word minority because we're not a minority. We're like maybe 32 million people. And make a negative comparison, the Germans took on the whole world with 12 million people. So hey, what does that say? But we're consistently told that we're a minority.
Does my virtual backdrop look good?
It does, and I would like to compliment you on the marketing spiffiness that the site and everything is presenting now. It looks really good.
I had to do this just because I had no engineer. I got my other set over there, but I had to do this because my engineer.
It's cool, and we're hopeful that people will start to become aware of marketing. Everything had to be marketed. What we believe in was marketing. Very. As soon as
I get some big money, you on the payroll to do all that good stuff and do your.
Well, I'm an information person.
Yeah, I know.
And my goal to be relevant in this life is to help those. Harold Washington, our first mayor of color, had a song that he liked, and it was, "If I can help someone along the way, then my living is not in vain. And I very, very, very firmly believe that. And that's what I live my life by. But I'm going to have to bid you evening because I'm on a deadline.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll talk to you soon. Take care now.
Peace. Well, that was the Dr. Professor Maybeth. And I believe on that note, we gonna just get on out of here, man. I bid you, but I'm gonna leave you with this, a commercial spot, and I'll see you next week, folks. Hey, it's your buddy AJ Williams, the media guy. Hey, it's your buddy AJ Williams, the media guy. It's that time for your wellness and your wealth to reach new highs, to expand the universe. So give us a call, 312-686-4097, or email us at shecago100@gmail.com. That's right, SHEcago100@gmail.com.